Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today, we got Brandon.
Hello,
We're here talking about games and things.
games and things.
What's on the agenda today?
So PlayStation just had an hour plus long state of play.
Uh-huh.
It's got some stuff to talk about there. And I played the new hot game Mina The Hollower.
Yeah.
So got some stuff to talk about there. And yeah,
Okay. Why don't you do your things first? I'll talk about mine, and then we'll go into the state of play.
that sounds fantastic. Okay.
Okay.
So I play more Tomodachi Life. I like
Yeah.
Tomodachi Life quite a lot. I've gone more into the actual creating things for using drawing. There's a lot of drawing tools there to actually kind of create whatever you want. It kind of
Uh-huh.
it kind of takes a lot to like you have a lot of options to make stuff. And I don't have a stylus. So boy howdy was that interesting drawing with either my finger or the controller. So there was that.
Can you do
I
mouse mode?
I didn't think about that. Oh my god.
Because I
What
feel like
well
that would be a much easier way to do it.
would it work though? Because it's a Switch 1 game, not a Switch 2 game.
Mm, don't know. I mean, I would think realistically, it shouldn't necessarily stop it from doing it. Whether or not they'd bother to
Hmm.
implement it, though, is another question.
Good point. It's a good point. But anyway, like I said, I I branched out and started actually drawing some custom stuff for my my people, as well as making some custom stuff, such as we made this item called a small snack, which we used the stamps because there's a lot of options to make different things. So we made a food item called a small snack, SMOL
Uh-huh.
snack, and we used food items. I used a cake that I put French fries on top of, and I put ketchup on the French fries. I put a singular birthday candle, and then one orange slice. That was the small snack, and that was something my town instantly fell in love with.
I think
But I
I have a
also go
mine's
on.
the one I made was a shiny cake. That's what I ended up with.
Nice, nice,
And I
nice.
think it's
I
a piece of cake with like a diamond or something on top of it. I
very
used the
very
stamp
nice.
thing with it too.
I made a human hand.
Yeah.
That's the one I drew. I drew a human hand. So they some of them like it.
Yeah.
One of my characters really liked it, which is canon because he does like eating human hands, so that's
Fair.
okay.
Makes
Uh,
sense.
I was really happy when he enjoyed it because it's like this is a canon event. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this game. I haven't got to play it as much as I want, but I've been pumping tons of hours into it when I do get to play it. Because like I said, I keep borrowing it essentially. Because I don't own it. My brother does, and I steal it from him sometimes when
Fair.
I'm nearby, and it's really fun.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've had some very interesting talking points for my characters. I don't know if you've seen them, but we have a few different talking points. So I would like to go over some of the things my characters talk about.
Yeah, of course.
So I made Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising, the president of the United States, who who at this point almost feels like Trump, the way he is made with
Yeah.
that character. He likes to talk about some very important topics. Can you guess what two of his favorite topics are?
No, I have no clue.
All right, one of them is casual racism,
Uh-huh.
and the other one is social Darwinism.
Okay.
And one of the townspeople was like, I never really thought about it, but casual racism and social Darwinism are very close knit
Yeah.
topics. And I was like, holy shit, you're right. But I I wrote this as a joke because it fit the character that I created. And then they just kind of ran with it. And then if you've ever seen Evangelion, there is a character named Masato in that show who at some point in the show essentially teases and attempts to seduce one of the younger boys to make him do her bidding.
Uh-huh.
um, because his father set her up to do it and everything, and was like telling her do whatever you have to do to get him to go do this thing, and so she does that. So I put one of her favorite activities as grooming, and and I didn't expect the. I think I put the video in chat. See you where
Just now?
no, I think I put it in chat a few days ago before I went to the hospital.
What are you
When
talking
I
about?
was posting up the picture. Yeah, I did. It's on Wednesday, and you could see one of the conversations that again randomly happened, and it was funny because she talked about it with my only child character on the island, and she bragged about how good she is at grooming. My island's a mess. My island is an absolute fucking mess, and it's really funny and it's
I
really
know. That's
fun.
that's what's great about this game. You can really stir up some like crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. So like I had a Markiplier and Power from Chainsaw Man fall in love and get married, but now Masato is like stalking him. And Toki from fucking Metalocalypse is just stalking Power. So it's just a big old mess right there, and it's really funny to watch.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. And then I have Senator Armstrong, the man from from fucking Metal Gear Rising, who is essentially the president of the United States in that game and is
Hmm.
a horrible human being. No one likes him because of how horrible he is. Because I tried to make him as close to being Senator Armstrong as humanly possible. So yeah.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, it's all really fun. It's been an absolute blast to play that game. It's just silly. It's really silly. Um I like I like that game a lot.
Good. I'm glad you like it so much. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised.
Yep. So let's talk about a different game then.
Okay.
Um, because I did like that game a lot, and now I want to talk about a game that I also liked a whole lot, but it
Hmm.
definitely took me a while to get there.
Yeah.
So I will tell you the reason why it took me a while to get there. So Mina the Hollower. Have you heard about this game?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have heard about this game.
Hmm.
This game is the new game from Yacht Club Games, the people that made Shovel Knight.
Hmm.
And honestly, this game's very, very good. But I started out really disliking this game because I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. And
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize how difficult this game would be. Like, I play a lot of Souls-like games and stuff like that, but I've never
Yeah.
played one that's essentially from a top-down perspective with like, NES like graphics, more in line with Game Boy graphics, but you know what I mean. I've never played one like that, and the restriction to the actual world kind of has made it very difficult to get into for the first few hours when I was playing it. The reason
Uh-huh.
why is this game just kind of really throws you in there, and it's just like good luck, good fucking luck. And you obviously learn things, and much like a Castlevania game, get items to help you progress further in the actual game as you continue along, and it makes the game pretty. It makes it easier.
Hmm.
But that first like 2 hours is hell.
Yeah.
I would not blame anyone for dropping this game in the first 2 hours. It is very difficult for the first 2 hours of gameplay. And then it gets like easier. Like even the start of the game, I was like, I know this is the tutorial, but this is kind of silly with
Hmm.
how many enemies they are throwing at you that are like flying enemies when you can only, attack in four directions and they can go all over the screen. And it was overwhelming a little bit because one, I wasn't expecting that sort of game going into this. So until I really got acclimated in the game's actual difficulty and understanding of its gameplay mechanics, it took me a while, and I was just like, damn, this is like annoyingly difficult, but like almost to the point where it didn't feel fair,
Hmm.
as opposed to something like a Souls-like game where it's like, okay, the difficulty's, obviously there, and that's the point of the game. but you kind of start to gel with it and understand it more, and you also are going into a game expecting something like that. I was not going into this expecting something like that, which really like took me back, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And
Hmm.
but now as I've gone further along, it's gotten way better. I think like the dungeon system, like the way the dungeons have been done in this game, like the way the puzzles have been done, the many different secrets and the way you can explore in so many different ways in this game is truly awesome. Like fantastic, phenomenal. Like it's an awesome throwback game feeling like Link's Awakening, and the general gameplay vibe that it gives is just so fun once you understand what the game you are going into is. And obviously, as other people have stated, there are difficulty modifiers if you want it to be easier and whatnot, but I didn't want to do any of that shit, so I didn't deal with any of that. I just played the game the way it was intended to be played initially. And I mean, I've been having a blast since beating the first dungeon, but all the way up to and during that whole first dungeon, it is genuinely difficult and very obnoxious at times. But after that, when you've got more upgrades, when you've got the ability to explore more parts of the world, when you've found more secret areas, when you've found more out about the actual lore and what's going on, when you've got more abilities, when you've got all of that, that's when the game starts to come together and is genuinely fantastic. But that, like I said, those first 2 hours are just hair pulling out difficult. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
something
rough.
you kind of have to understand going
Hmm.
into it, because I wasn't prepared for that. Like that's not the kind of game I expected this to be, and I was kind of taken back. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But once
Yeah.
I realized what they wanted me to do, especially since, at least to my knowledge, currently, because I haven't found it, there is no map for this game. Period.
Okay.
Like there's no you could pull up a map and see where you're going. No, it's just you kind of have to remember it. You kind of have to remember where you've been, how you got there, and I think there might be a way to get a map later on, but at the beginning there's so many buildings you can go inside of, so many ways to unlock other buildings, so many little side quests that you can do, and because of all of that stuff, it's really difficult to kind of get your bearings as well because there is no map. There's no way to know where you're going, where you're heading, what this room leads to. And a lot of these rooms have like little secret entrances and exits that lead to different parts. And that's the only way at the beginning of the game that you can get from point A to point B is through some of those secret exits that you might not remember exactly what room it was inside of or how you got to it in the first place.
Oh,
And
that's annoying.
it is annoying until again you understand what you're doing, you understand what the game wants from you, and then the
Hmm.
game just gets way better and is really interesting because it opens up more and it becomes a very big intricate world that's super fun to explore. um the leveling up process is collecting bones, sort of like souls in a Souls like game. When you die, you lose all of your souls, but you can go pick them back up again, exactly like a Souls like game. Um, and then the gameplay is essentially a mix of that Souls like game. It even has some elements of Bloodborne here, where if you attack an enemy after they've done damage to you, then you are able to regain a certain amount of your health bar back after doing those attacks, which is exactly something that you do in Bloodborne and one of the main gameplay mechanics of that game. And it's
Hmm.
actually very cool to do that. However, in this game, you're actually filling up your health bar, but you're not filling up your health. You can like remove a large chunk of your health bar if you don't do damage to enemies afterwards, and then if you like were to heal or something but you haven't done damage after taking that those hits and whatnot, you're not going to heal as much of your health bar as you would if you actually were able to kill a few enemies and then heal yourself. Very interesting gameplay mechanic as well there, because it does have a bunch of risk and reward elements to it. And it can get really really risky when you're playing in that style, which is exactly what the game wants from you, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I really like it a lot. I think it's a very very fun game that a lot of people are really going to connect with once they realize what this game is. Because
Mhm.
what I have found is I did not expect this game to be like this going in there. And what other people have found that were waiting for this game is they didn't expect it either. And then people that want difficulty in games, when they find out, I think they're going to be like, "Oh, wait, this might be actually be something." But the game's not been really marketed that way. So without that, you don't have those fans. So I think it's going to take a little while to connect with the player base that it's looking for, because I think a lot of people are kind of being like, you know, taken off guard when they first start playing it. They're like, "What the hell is this?" Because they're expecting something else. I know I sure was.
Yeah, fair. Um, they got a lot riding on this game too, along with that.
They do, but they've already sold 300,000 copies. So they're actually already met one of their goals, and that means they will not be shut down.
Well, that is good.
So that's great news, and I'm very happy about that
Yeah,
because
hopefully they learned about their business model though, because obviously if you have to risk it all on one game, you're doing something wrong. Hey.
yeah, and I don't really know what happened for them to get to this point.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly, I think it's probably that, you can only sell so many copies of Shovel Knight at some point, and they just put all their and I mean, the amount of support they gave to Shovel Knight is fantastic.
yeah,
But they kept on, like, kind of basically giving it all away for free, even though
they
people
did,
probably
they
should
did.
not have always necessarily gotten it for free. Um, yeah, I mean, they need to go out, obviously honor the stuff for the Kickstarter that you guys did initially, but,
Hmm.
like, I think I bought in that game. I never did the Kickstarter. I think I bought in the game twice subsequently and gotten, like, massive upgrades both times
I
afterwards.
bought it once, and my original copy has every single piece of DLC, and I bought it day one.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for people that like bought it day one to have that sort of thing, like as an early adopter, or as
Yeah.
well as the people that did the fuck, what's it called? The Kickstarter, as you said.
Mhm.
But I don't know about just everyone, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There's a point where it's like, because I mean, that game, they did what expansions for, I don't know, I feel like almost a decade. And I know it's probably not quite that long, but
Hmm.
um, that's a lot of time to put into it without really getting a lot of extra return on investment. So hopefully they have the money making a little bit better down this time. So they don't run into this next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right.
Um, yeah, I'll have to look at it. I haven't really given it too much interest. I'll probably watch and see what happens with that.
It's a
So
very interesting game. It's very different from what I expected to be. Like I said.
okay.
Yeah, those are the games I played. I got nothing for that.
Okay. Yeah, let me recap kind of what I've been playing.
Hmm.
Um, well, let's kind of say Indiana Jones. I'm all finished up with now. Awesome game. You heard me talk about the last 2 weeks, so I'm not going to say much more on it. But still one of my favorite games. I love this game, and I had a fantastic time with it on the Switch. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book did not get a lot of extra time in this week.
Oh, okay.
Um, so that's just kind of still progressing through. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things that kind of fell into not quite the genre of game I'm into right now. So and it's gonna linger around for a little bit longer. I did play Pictonico. That did come out this week.
Okay.
That is the WarioWare like game that Nintendo put out for iPhones that just came out. Um, Basically, you could use your own pictures, any of your pictures, all of them. And we'll just kind of use them in the game. We'll do kind of quick little WarioWare things. Some of them will use the faces in the game. Some of them will just use pictures that you have. All kind of depends on what it is, but it's all like quick kind of WarioWare style things. Like, I'm trying to think what they're kind of like. Oh, like like wipe off the tears off coming off the eyes, or oh, there's a sandwich coming. Make sure you chop it with a mouse. Kind of that kind of thing. It's all
Mm.
quick kind of WarioWare style things. It plays very well.
Hmm.
Um, it's a lot of fun. It does have kind of like a demo mode where you can, I think, try out some of the mini games that are there, and then it kind of has two purchasable download packs with the actual kind of games to play in it. I don't remember what each one. Well, like one was $7, like one was like 8. I think it was like 15 total if you wanted to get it all. It was not anything too wild. Um, but yeah, they're kind of lots of fun. It has so you kind of go through. It's kind of built progression wise like WarioWare too. Like you'll go into a stage, you'll give you like 10 things to go through. You finish those. That's kind of your your attempt. And then you can go through later. You can do like an endless mode, kind of like what you can with Wario, where it just keeps on going with higher and higher difficulties. Um, so things like that. I mean, it's quick and easy. It's not like necessarily anything that needs too much kind of like time investment into, but it's kind of nice, easy, quick pick up and play thing. And like I said, you can do all sorts of fun things with it with your different pictures. You can take pictures right before you go into it. You can use pictures that you already taken from your library. And it does not, I think this is important. The game makes a point to tell you this.
Mhm.
But it does not send your pictures to Nintendo. It sounds like it's processed all on your phone. So, yeah, so that's that. But it's a lot of fun. I did really
Okay.
enjoy that. Only other thing
Oh, you know what's weird about Nintendo? You can't
uh,
actually take pictures and send them to your phone from Tomodachi Life. I thought that was
you
really
can,
weird.
yeah,
Or
you can take the
videos.
pictures to save them. It just, you can't send them from the Switch. Like it just locks them in there, like an
Yeah,
island.
why? That's so weird.
I think it's, I think this is Nintendo's trade off for leaving the game completely unfiltered. Um,
And you know, that's fair. I did at one point tell my Tomodachi uh family members that they were asking for something that people unanimously like.
uh-huh,
So I wrote a big titty goth girl, and it
uh-huh.
let me do it. And I was
Yep.
like, "Oh, okay."
The game does not even hesitate.
Game
Like
has
not even a little.
no hesitation. It just straight up says it too.
Yeah,
It's like, what the
literally
fuck?
no filter. Yeah, it will just let you do whatever. I think
Like,
I
what
told
the
you even the
fuck?
demo. I was just like, it's like, what do you want to talk to DJ about? And I was like, sex, and it was like, okay, sure, we'll just go right into it. Yeah, that's my guess because I think it's one of those like they want people to do whatever the fuck they
Yeah,
want with it, but they
I
also don't
guess.
want people to be like super creepy, be like, oh, look at what I said to Jesse from The Office or whatever. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's all it is. I mean, obviously, I think it's one of those things though too. Like, I don't think it's like I think if you really wanted to, like, obviously you did. Like, it's not like it's terribly hard to get around it if you really want to. But they just made it just so it was not easy. That's all. But I get it. I get why they did it. Um, so
Hmm.
there's that. Only other thing I played this week, which is actually kind of relevant, the big new update for Civ 7 came out this week, so I kind of went back and dabbled with that. It's like the test of time updates, what they're calling it, because people got so bent out of shape about the civilization switching in between ages that they're like, okay, well you can still stay as the same civilization now, and there's just some trade-offs with that. Um, but they reworked like a lot of the game. Like so much changed in between this update that I'm like, I like when I was playing it, I'm like, I don't know how to win. Like I don't like they literally changed like the entire win conditions. Like they're completely different now. And I'm like, I don't know how to win. I don't know what it is. Like the game didn't even like do that. I had to like figure it out. And I was like, okay, well that's strange. But it seems like it's at least from what I played, I'm like, I don't know, like halfway through a game. I mean, it seems like it plays really well. I don't have any complaints about the gameplay side of things. I think it still looks really nice. It seems like they added a bunch of new civilizations and things kind of in with the update as well. Um, and some other kind of just nice like quality of life features. I mean, it's a lot different than it was when it came out, for better or worse. I think it plays really well. So yeah, if you're kind of on the fence with it, check it out. That's out there too. All right. I think that's all I've been kind of playing though through right this week. At least stuff that I want to talk about right now. You ready to go into the state of play?
I think I am. Boy howdy, this one
Mm-hmm.
was interesting. So first and foremost, this was oversold to fucking back. This state of play was is it was fine. I will say that it wasn't bad, but it's not something I would sit in Alamo Draft House to watch. That's for sure. Um, so we open up the state of play with Wolverine, and Wolverine looks pretty good. It looks like exactly what I expected it to. It looked like the leaked footage. It looked like all that good jazz. And essentially, it's a ultra bloody action adventure game where you play as Wolverine attempting to save different mutants and different things and fighting different enemies and whatnot. There's some stealth elements in the beginning of it, and it's kind of cool. And it's super, super, super gory, like
Yeah.
incredibly so.
Well, that's good.
Um, Yeah, they do not shy away from it at all. Like the first scene when we see him assassinate someone, I feel like there's more blood that splattered on his vest and the screen than that person should have had in their body. So
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like with Wolverine, like it's better. So I can
yes.
probably go something like that. Yeah.
So we're gonna start with Wolverine, which is the first game that it shows off. And honestly, I think this game looks good. I think this game does look very good. It reminds me of the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, which was actually quite good for such a bad fucking movie.
Uh-huh.
And this one looks really fun. It also reminds me of the Spider-Man games, but it doesn't have just like a skin of Wolverine over the Spider-Man games. It definitely looks like its own thing, and you can kind of skim through to about the 30 minute and 30-second mark and see for yourself. There's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It is very cinematic, as with most PlayStation games, and I think it's fine because it is a Marvel game also. We also have some other people that help him, such as Jean Grey shows up in the game and assist him. Looks pretty neat. Looks cool
Yeah.
that we've got other people helping out Wolverine. And when they help you out, it's not like, oh, you have to play as them, which you had to in other games like Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 1. They actually just give you assistance from the background. So like they're like doing things to like freeze enemies in place so that you can attack them and like the air and stuff like that. And it looks really cool. It's super neat. And
Okay.
I think Wolverine in general looks like a pretty decent game. Definitely one I'll be checking out. It does have a lot of the staples of any other Sony branded over the shoulder game. It does have that same kind of feeling, but at least here we've got Wolverine being super aggressive. We've got them going all in on the gore, and in general, the actual combat and set pieces look great. And that's kind of all you can really ask for when it comes to something from Marvel.
Yeah.
So they delivered essentially. So
That's
that's neat.
honestly surprisingly a lot more gory than I expected as you were
Right?
describing
It's
it.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy gory.
Like that when the video started up, because the link you sent over was in the middle, so I just kind of randomly picked a time at the beginning. Literally opened up to him stabbing someone through the eye.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah. But the like if you go to 3721, you'll see him literally stab a man through his eyes and then like pull his claws out and just like rip his face in two. It's pretty fucking wild.
yeah.
It looks good, and this is releasing in September. I think it'll be a good game. I'm happy that they are finally going to get that game out, and that even with the leaks, it still looks like it's shaping up to be a good title. That's great.
Yeah, I'd say this game, at least from what I can already see in these couple minutes, looks pretty promising. So,
Hmm. Next, we saw the new uh Marvel Fighting Souls game that's coming out, which we've seen now for like 37 times in every single state of play.
hmm
We saw the new team, which is Knights of Doom, which consists of Doctor Doom, Magneto, the Green Goblin, as well as Carnage. And all of those characters look super fun to play as, so it's pretty sick that they are going to be in this fighting game. And they also have like this ultimate where they all combine together and do this crazy attack. It's essentially Marvel versus Capcom 4 at this point. That's what it is. But there is no Capcom, so it's just Marvel versus Marvel at this point. And it looks great. I think this game is cool, but I'm so tired of seeing it. I swear to God, every single state of play or every single, you know, PlayStation event period,
hmm
this game shows up. And I'm getting tired of seeing it. I just want it to release, but I'm almost positive that even after this game releases, they'll still show this game. And it's just ugh. But that doesn't mean it's
Probably.
bad. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's oversaturated in all of these states of plays and things, and it's gotten to the point where I'm just annoyed by it at this point.
Yeah.
Moving
Oh,
on.
don't worry. I'm sure it'll be around forever.
Moving on, the next thing we saw, which actually looked pretty damn good, was Rayman. Um, Rayman
Like the
Legends.
Ultimate Legends or whatever.
Yeah, it's a remake of Rayman Legends, and it actually looks incredible. I was very excited for this one because it does legitimately look like an improvement over the original,
Uh huh.
and it looks great. Like, I really liked Rayman Legends. I liked the series just in general, and this looks like a great modernized version of it. You know, with all the bells and whistles and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really much else I can say other than, hey, Rayman Legends, more of it, and
Hmm.
also it looks really pretty. So like, cool. Rayman Legends Retold is the name of that. Releases October 1st. You'll
Uh-huh.
notice something about every single one of these games that I tell you. Every single one of them is either releasing October 1st, October 2nd, September 24th, through the 26th, or next year. There is no in between. Every single one of them releases on those dates. No joke.
Oh, geez.
After that, we did get a little indie title, which is a prequel to Dave the Diver, where the man who cooks the sushi in Dave the Diver, it shows his life before Dave the Diver and him becoming a sushi master. Super neat and interesting concept. Looks
That's a
very
neat idea.
silly, just like Dave the Diver, and you also get to like prepare the sushi in this one, like you know, styled like Cook Serve Delicious or like a WarioWare mini game or something like that, and it goes through his life explaining. I believe it's called Bancho the Chef, and that's coming out eventually. We have no actual release date for this one.
Okay.
After that, if you remember that girl that was super silly and adorable that presented Ghostwire Tokyo that then got fired, um, in after she was like the talk of everyone being like, this person is adorable, they're very sweet, they must be protected at all times, and then they got fired essentially, and everyone was like in a whole fit about them. Well, it turns out they have a game coming out, and it's in development at PlayStation, and this game is a 3-player co-op game where you and 2 other people go through this world and fight yokai, sort of like, like Ghostbusters, but you're yokai busters. But
Hmm.
you have special powers. You fight them together in a co-op game. We didn't get a whole lot of information on this one, but it does look really pretty and really interesting. And it has like, the only thing I could say about it is it has like a vibe. It has some kind of like Infamous vibes to it. It has some kind of things like that, like grinding on rails, running up walls. You got powers where you're attacking things, and then you work together with other players. But you can also play it solo to take down the different yokai in the open world area. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty interesting. But we didn't
Hmm.
get enough information here to necessarily be like, oh, this is something that I want. We only got a little bit of snippets here and there showing off some of the stuff and not enough about the actual gameplay. But it does look like it could be something to keep an eye out for. And that's called Kimuri, I believe, and it comes out in 2027. Again, the dates you're going to get are going to be in October, in September, or in the future, but nothing else. Nothing else. There's no games here that are coming out this year that have a date that isn't October or September.
Okay.
So,
It kind of makes sense. You probably won't get anything sooner than that just because it's June.
I think the reason why is also because supposedly Grand Theft Auto comes out in November. So what I'm telling you is they don't have December releases
Oh, yeah.
that they're
Well, that's
showing.
also
There's
probably
none.
possible too. Especially too considering another couple games just jumped right out of that path this last week.
Yes.
Tomb Raider and Fable just both pushed back
Well,
to
actually,
February.
that's what I'm getting to next because here's
Okay.
Tomb Raider. That's next on the chopping block in this state of play. Legacy of Atlantis was shown off next, which honestly looks good. I think this actually looks pretty decent, but something about it just doesn't like have the same feeling as the other Tomb Raider games that we just had, like the trilogy we just did of the reboot and everything. This one feels a little bit more in line with the original, but it looks a little bit more hollow, if that makes any sense. I don't really know a better way to explain it. Something just looks off about this, and I don't think it looks bad, it just looks off. And I don't know if it's like maybe it's a lower production values or something, or if it's just like the mocap's not that good. I don't know what it is, but this one didn't really move me, and I didn't really think this one looked that great necessarily. But I don't think it looks bad. It's just not
Fair.
one that I was excited for. I just thought it looked like a decent Tomb Raider reboot for the third time, essentially. So
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I really hope I'm wrong because that Tomb Raider trilogy we just had was phenomenal. So I would really like for this to be something similar to that, or at least the start of something similar to that again. Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be nice. Although
it
I
looks
never
neat.
played the third Tomb Raider of that
Shadow of the
trilogy.
Tomb Raider is just okay,
Yeah, I
but
think that's why I
yeah.
never played it. Yeah, the second one was good. The first one was good, and I just never went back to the third one.
hmm
Yeah.
Next after this, we got an Annapurna game. Annapurna makes decent games for the most part, even though they did put out mixtape, but we'll
Hmm.
ignore that one. Um, this is just a dinosaur horror game. Like you're trapped in this place that isn't a theme park or anything, so it isn't like the Lost World, but you're in this like town city, and for some reason dinosaurs are attacking. And these dinosaurs that are attacking, you have to like use stealth mechanics and like get around them and try to not get eaten, essentially is what it looks like. It looks like Jurassic Park, but as a horror game, but not inside of a park. That's the only
Okay.
way I can explain it. And it looks
Fair.
kind of cool. I believe this game was called The Lost Wild, and that's next year coming out. So we then saw Phantom Blade, which Phantom Blade looks incredible still. I think this game looks awesome and is going to be really fun. This is the like Souls-like slash Ninja Gaiden-like game that's coming out PlayStation and PC exclusive, I believe. Um, I don't really have much to say about it other than it has really flashy combat and it looked really fun. And they were like, hey, we're going to tell you more about this later on in the
Hmm.
summer because this is a game that we want to spend a lot of time talking about, essentially. So that's all we got for that. We got a new little teaser that essentially said, hey, this game will come out soon. We'll give you more information, a full trailer, and a whole like state of play essentially in the near future this summer.
Okay.
After that, we saw a Dune game, which the Dune game has been out on PC for quite a while now. It's called Dune Awakening. It's a game that plays similar to something like Rust or Ark
Metroid Prime
Survival
4.
Evolved, something like that. It's one of those games where it involves a bunch of players playing in an open world and building like a world together, essentially. You know, like Minecraft, like
Yeah.
Rust, like Ark Survival Evolved, like those sort of games.
Hmm.
They announced a single player version of the game that will just be added to it with like a story mode and everything. Will be releasing the same day as the PlayStation release for Dune Awakening. So that's pretty cool. So there's going to be some kind of single player add on to Dune Awakening when the game reaches its 1.0 state.
Hmm.
Neat. I don't really know if it's for me, but it looked cool. After this, I'm gonna run through a few things here because it's like pretty rapid fire. I don't really need to go too far into that. We got more footage of Dynasty Warriors 3 remastered, complete edition. They
Hmm.
decided to add the main character from Dynasty Warriors Origins into Dynasty Warriors 3 remastered. Looks pretty cool. I mean, Dynasty Warriors 3 is one of the better Dynasty Warriors games, and seeing the remaster look as clean as it does is pretty exciting because it is a great game all around. They then showed us No Rest for the Wicked, which is a game that's already been released on PC. This is a top-down Souls-like game with multiplayer with friends. It is isometric Souls-like. It's very different and very weird. Supposedly, it's quite good. I have no actual information on this one because I myself have not played it, but I have seen and heard many good things about it. So there's that. We then saw that they were going to bring oh god, what was it? Oh yeah, here's a big one. Here's a big one actually.
Yeah.
And this one I do have something to say about. Onimusha, the Onimusha game that's being made by Capcom. They showed us a lot of footage from this new Onimusha game, and it looks incredible. It looks like old Onimusha games, but you know, new coat of paint, and it looks super high depth, super like fun. I don't know much about Onimusha, but this game looks awesome. And they then told us we didn't have to wait long to get more information on the game because we
Uh
can
huh.
get more information right now because a demo has now released.
Oh,
So you
that's
can
nice.
play Onimusha right now if you want and see
Yeah,
how
try
the
it
new
out.
Onimusha game is going to be. So
Hmm.
that was awesome. Great to hear that.
Yeah.
Um, and I believe if you play the demo, you also get some kind of charm that you can then use in the full game when it releases. That game comes out September 25th. So there's that. After this, we saw another really big game. We saw the new Silent Hill game called Silent Hill Townfall, which is a first-person open like area adventure game in this city in I think Scotland, where you play as the town being ravaged by like monsters like you would see in Silent Hill and
Uh-huh.
try to unravel why this is happening here of all places. You play as Simon, who has some kind of past that we're not entirely sure about what it is, and he has this like TV tuner that he can use to also see like pictures and things around him.
Yeah, it's
But
weird looking. I don't know what to call
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Kind of reminds me of the Game
exactly.
Boy horror from Luigi's Mansion, if anything, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And it shows things that he can't see like normally with his own eyes. And it's pretty cool. This one looks neat. I think this game could be a real hidden gem, which is saying something because it's a Silent Hill game. But I feel like if you don't see a Silent Hill game with Pyramid Head, most Silent Hill players, because they don't actually play Silent Hill, they just watch a 2 hour video on YouTube about it,
Hmm.
don't give a game the time of day. And I think this game could be really, really good. It looks very interesting and very different from other Silent Hills. Again, seeming a lot more like Alien Isolation than Silent Hill, but has a lot of those Silent Hill vibes over the top of it, and I think it looks pretty cool.
Okay.
Again, this is another one coming out September 24th. So you got a Silent Hill and you got a Onimusha coming out. I mean, you got a lot coming out then.
Yeah, that's
After
the thing.
that,
I don't
we
know. Everyone's dodging out of November just to all fall on top of each other and all the months around it.
yes, 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 and I shit you not, there are 10 games releasing on September 24th or September 25th or October 1st or October 2nd.
Yeah, not surprised.
Literally 10 plus games. And they're not like small titles. You got the Silent Hill, you've got Onimusha, you got the game which I'm about to tell you about, which is Ace Combat 8, which also if you pre-order it, you can get another like remade version of another Ace Combat which was older, which looked pretty cool that ties in with the story of this game. This game looks like it's very heavily story focused for an Ace Combat game, and I know other ones have had that sort of appeal as well, but this one looks like it's going even further than the others have, and it looks pretty good. And I'm not really an Ace Combat fan, but this made me want to check it out on all honesty. And yeah, like I said, if you pre-order it, you get another Ace Combat game that's a remake of an older one for free. And also, if you buy like the special edition, you can play it on September 29th instead of October 2nd.
Oh,
That's
okay.
essentially what they're doing. So,
Yeah. So you get it a week earlier than all the chaos in October.
yep. Um, After that, we saw this is probably the coolest and most out there announcement we get to see.
Uh-huh.
We see a racing car that looks like it's like speeding down a highway. It looks like it's doing some tricks and everything. It's popping its boost, and I was watching this, and at first I was like, is this a new Need for Speed? Is this going to be like an underground? But then it jumps over a train and lands, and then it swaps to another like, high powered sports car flying down the Miami Strip, dodging in and weaving out of traffic and like doing like tricks and shit. And it was at this point that then as the door opened up and I saw a car fly out that looks like Kit from Knight Rider, that then had a bunch of like missiles and things come out the sides of it as it jumped a truck. I shouted, "Is this fucking Stuntman?" If you remember, that's a game from PS2 that has never had a sequel and is a very niche title that honestly no one should have expected. And
Super
spoiler
niche.
alert,
Yeah.
this is a sequel to Stuntman,
Yeah.
and it
That is
looks
wow.
awesome. And I'm
Hmm.
super excited for this one. There were very few games in this state of play where I was like, wow, that's super cool. But this was one of them. Especially when after we see the like the spy car that I just talked about, do the
Uh-huh.
tricks and everything. We then zip over to a DeLorean that goes flying down and is doing a recreation of Back to the Future. That was so cool. I really liked that. And that's essentially when we found out, hey, this is Stuntman.
Yeah, but the game pulled up honestly. Like it gives me like I mean I know they were very similar even back in the day too, but very strong like Burnout vibe too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it just looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, this looks really like a fun arcadey, not necessarily racing game, but car game. I think that's the
Yeah,
easiest way to explain this sort of game. It's made by Saber Interactive or Saber, and they make pretty decent games too. So it's
yeah.
cool. After this, we saw a new clip of the horror game Ill, which has looked incredible since it's been shown. Very atmospheric, very gory. You see a guy decapitate this one like enemy, and after he decapitates it, the head then comes alive and tries to stick into his arm. Shit looks creepy and crazy. And this is one that's been on my radar for like 3 years now, I believe, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, I've
Looks
never seen it
awesome.
before. It looks really good.
It looks awesome.
I honestly, when I kind of pulled it up because I wasn't sure what I was looking at when I
Hmm.
skimmed ahead, I was like, "Is this the DLC for Resident Evil 9?" Like, it looks really good. Um, yeah, I mean, definitely a very much a Dead Space vibe, very much a Resident Evil
Oh yeah.
vibe. Looks really cool. Yeah.
It also has strong Metro vibes to it as well. So,
Oh yeah, I
so
can
like,
see that for
yeah,
sure. Hmm.
it looks great though. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while. Very excited to see it finally eventually releasing, and this showed that it was going to have a 2027 release date with no actual release date named. So,
Hmm.
but it looked awesome. So, I'm very excited to see that one. That one made me pretty excited as well. And then this next one was probably my biggest, most exciting
Oh, I'm
moment
sure.
of the entire thing, and that was Control Resonant, which we saw a lot more from this game, and it looks so good. This feels so much like a Devil May Cry like version of like Control, and it looks so awesome. And then like seeing the general world that they built here for our main character, who we are playing as Jesse's brother this time, Dylan,
Mhm.
and we see how fractured his mind has become and how he's trying to fight like the hiss and whatnot, but the hiss is also the one that helped free him, so he's kind of struggling with that sort of deal. And
Uh-huh.
then the actual FBC is struggling with if they can control and also trust Dylan at the same time, or if he's going to go rogue during this entire excursion. Essentially, this looks awesome. I'm super excited for this one. It's great. It looks great. I'm super happy that we are getting this game this year, which is another game that's releasing on September 24th.
Oh, good. You're not gonna be busy in September at all.
Oh, and then at the end of the trailer, we actually got to see that they have the if you played Control, correct?
No.
Okay. But you've seen like the videos with like the live action stuff from Control, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so they actually show that they have like the live action people from Control
Hmm.
back to like do their part again. And
Oh,
this,
nice.
yeah, it looked really cool. After this, we got Marathon, more footage from this game because season 2 has started today, and season 2 is free to play for a week for anyone that wants to hop on any system and anywhere, which is pretty cool to try to bring in some more players.
Yeah.
It shows that we now have like a nighttime vibe, a new enemy, a new character to play as, new abilities, new areas in the areas that already existed. And honestly, I might give this a try with some
Hmm.
friends because I mean I already liked Marathon. We've talked about that. We talked about me being disappointed in Marathon as well. But looking at this and seeing that this is also a full-on reset where everyone's gear is gone now and you are all starting over from scratch, this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. Those problems that I had where the rich became richer and just overwhelmed everybody, that's not happening right now because they haven't had that chance to do that because this just launched and they reset everyone. That's an awesome thing to see. And the fact that there's new areas and new ways to play is also super cool. So
Okay.
looking forward to giving this one a try, probably.
Uh-huh.
I'm more looking forward to their other update in the future where they're adding like a co-op mode that's more in line without the PvP and is
Uh-huh.
more of just a PvE focus mode. But seeing that there are like what appears to be new enemies and new areas, this looks pretty cool. Especially since like now the map is pitch black. So now it's got a lot more of that like really dark and like foreboding feeling that I originally had when I played this in solo way back when the game first launched. So
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty excited to give this one a try, but it might run into the same issue it ran into before once more people have gotten to play for longer periods of time. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Came out today, so I got to give that one a try later on, probably. They then some quick announcements of RuneScape Dragon Wilds, I mean, which is a survival game again, much like Minecraft, much like those Ark games, much
Mm-hmm.
like that Dune Awakening that we saw earlier. But in the RuneScape universe, they showed that was going to be coming to PlayStation. It's like okay, but not only is it coming to PlayStation, it's coming to it through the PlayStation Plus thing, PlayStation Plus and Gold, I think it's actually going to be part of it. So if you have PlayStation Plus, you'll just be able to, yeah, PlayStation Plus Extra. If you have PlayStation Plus Extra, you'll just be able to play this game once it comes to PlayStation. And then they showed a bunch of classics, which one of the really cool ones they showed off here was Guitaru Man. If you remember that game from the PS2, they announced that that would be coming to PlayStation 5, which is an awesome game.
Yeah, that was good. Psyops, which was the video
Psyops.
right after that, was also
Yep.
a really cool
Yep.
game.
Awesome
Mm-hmm.
game. I agree with that. I was very excited for those two. And then the third one was Onimusha 4. Right before the new Onimusha comes out. That'll also be one that's playable on PlayStation Plus. So cool. Lots
Yeah.
of good games that are being added to the catalog there. Then the next game that we get to see, it starts with this group of ghost hunters talking about this abandoned island that they've gone to and how it's haunted by dark stories. And essentially, these ghost hunters that are here are actually just content creators that kind of make fake content of ghosts to get views and money and clicks and that sort of deal. But something went very wrong, and there's actual paranormal activity and serial killers on this island, picking them off one by one. And if that sounds familiar, it's because we played it before, and it's called Until Dawn. And this is the sequel to Until Dawn, and it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, I'm watching this muted, so like some of it's like me trying to guess, like as I'm like, what
Yeah,
is this game? Yeah, and I just had the scene where like she's running towards her friend and like push him or not, and then he
yeah,
splats on a rock, and I was like, okay. I'm like,
yeah.
what is this? And then I was like,
Yeah,
I saw Until Dawn. I'm like, makes sense. I got it.
it looks great. This
Yeah,
is this
looks
was
really good.
another one alongside Stuntman that was my favorite reveal of the entire show. Because I really liked Until Dawn. I thought it was a very, very good game. I think it's better than most of the David Cage games that are like it.
I agree.
Um,
Hmm.
and to see that one of the bigger selling points of this one is, unlike Until Dawn, if you remember, and then Until Dawn, some people just couldn't die. There were
Yeah,
some
I think there
people
was
that
like
could
two
not
people
die.
that could not
Yes.
die.
The
Hmm.
big selling point of this one is everyone can die and everyone can live. There's
That's
a
kind
way
of
to
cool.
save everyone and a way to kill everyone.
Hmm. Yeah,
And one
I
of the
that's.
really cool things that you will see if you go to like 1 hour and 18 minutes in the video is
Hmm.
the original psychiatrist guy. He shows up and it looks awesome. So super excited for that one. 2027 Until Dawn 2. Very excited
Yeah.
because that is a good series and this does look awesome. And then the last 20 minutes we had of uninterrupted gameplay, which I've already complained about this in our chat.
Hmm.
This is God of War Le Fay, which is what it's called, where you play as Kratos' dead wife. And you play as what happens to her after Kratos and Atreus burn her on the pyre and set her body off to, you know, the afterlife.
Uh-huh.
But the afterlife isn't so hot for her. And these 20 minutes of gameplay uninterrupted as they sold it. this is a big problem I have with many, many PlayStation titles. Does this game look cool? Yes. Yes, it does. But these 20 minutes of gameplay was more like 1 minute of credits, 15 minutes of cutscenes, and maybe 4 minutes of gameplay spread throughout the entire thing. And that's a really big issue I have with Ragnarok, as well as what this game appears to be doing as well. A lot of God of War Remake 2018 and Ragnarok, and the way that studio has gone has become way more style and like cutscene heavy and cinematic over actual gameplay. Now, that doesn't mean there isn't actual gameplay. It just means it's very like press the button heavy, like press R2 at the right time during this cutscene, this barely interactable cutscene, and that's the same problem this game has here as well. That's the same problem I have with a lot of the remake, not remake, I guess you could call it the reimagining of God of War that we got from the two that we have currently and possibly from this. We also have a really big issue where some of the dialogue is very the only way I can describe it is AAA,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, what's that? Oh, I'm a talking sword. Oh, okay. It's actually not a talking sword. It's the ribbon that's talking, and it's like, it's just really
Oh,
stupid, really cringy, really garbage, like writing that feels like it was written by someone that reads Reddit all day long. And that's their job.
yeah. I
And
mean, I would say, I'm just watching the gameplay of this game, and granted, it's just, a very small subset of this game, but
and the gameplay, the bit that is there, does look good. I am not knocking that. I'm
it
knocking
doesn't
the
look
fact that
bad.
there's so little of it.
Why is there just this weird box that's rolling around, though?
That's the box and the sword that she meets that gives her the sword, that are her companions that do the thing that I just said, where it's like, it's a talking sword. I'm not a talking sword, it's actually the ribbon that's talking. It's the two chatterbox companions, and there's two of them.
Yeah.
It's the
So it's
AAA
like a
writing
blob of
companions.
jello? Like,
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know. I do not know.
You couldn't think of anything? No, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna, like, entertain it. I just whatever. I guess I'm sure someone thought it was cool. Alright. But the game doesn't look bad. I don't know, I do agree with you, though. It just it seems like a low effort sequel. Um, not
I
like
don't
bad
know if I would
quality, but just
say low effort as much as I would say it just has a lot of the things I don't like about these games turned up to 11. And
yeah.
a lot
Well,
of
how
the
about
things I
this?
don't
How
like
about
about these games is just them being
unimaginative, I
yeah,
think.
that as well. Yeah.
That might be a better word for it than what
I
I was
think I
reaching
agree
for.
with that too.
Yeah, like, it really just doesn't I don't
And this
know.
is the final game they showed off. This is their big reason why they wanted to show this on a theater screen, essentially.
Wolverine would have been a much better choice there. Honestly, if
I
they think
think
that
so
they
too.
should have done it, they should have flip-flopped Wolverine and God of War, launched with the God of War,
I kind
and
of
then
feel
do
the
the
same
Wolverine.
way because I think Wolverine looked awesome, and I think God of
Yeah.
War looks
Wolverine looks
good.
good,
It looks
but it
good.
also shows, I think, more presentable gameplay.
Gameplay, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, even, like, Until Dawn, I think would have been, like, a better
Until Dawn looks so good. I'm
yeah.
so excited for that.
God of
So
War, they just stuck there because of the name, but it's just really I don't know.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel as well. I want to sit down and try playing the other God of War games again and seeing if it clicks. But my biggest issue with these games in general is just they are so much so movies that it's just really annoying. Like, there's a lot of things here that make me feel like I'm watching like Asura's Wrath in this video,
Fair.
or like not Hellblade. What? Well, yeah, I guess Hellblade would also be another good example. But I was trying to think of that PlayStation 3 game that was like 3 hours long that had like God of War combat, and it was Heavenly Blade. Heavenly Blade. It's got those vibes to it. It's like it's going too far in the wrong direction. a lot of it's just run down hallways while the character talks to you about something that you don't give a shit about, that also doesn't really make sense because they're not really telling you exactly what it is. They're very vague about it. The thing, it's impossible, and you're sitting there like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? You're telling us dialogue but not finishing your sentences, so we're not really getting all the information that we need, and we're just like, you're stringing us along to try to make us interested in the story, but that's not good writing. That's just kind of shitty. And it's like, the game looks good and the game's combat looks good, but there's so little of it in this 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay that I would not have called this 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay. I would have called this a 20-minute snippet, because we get like 4 minutes of gameplay, maybe. Unless they want to count all the times we did QTEs, which QTEs in 2026, are we really still fucking doing this, you know?
Yeah, apparently. I thought we were doing QTE bullshit, but it likes to pop up every once in a while.
Oh, it's hard here. Like, I don't know how much of it you skim through, but there's like at least 10 or 15 QTEs in this 20-minute video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a lot. I mean, I feel like games in general have really been kind of distancing themselves from it, but I mean, you still get stuff every once in a while. I mean, yeah, I mean, fair. I wouldn't hold it against, like, say, Until Dawn, because that's like the
That's kind of the
game.
whole game, you know?
But,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know
but
what you're
anywhere
signing up
else,
for, you know?
yeah. Mhm. I
Yeah,
mean, I
it
think
just.
honestly, even by the time Resident Evil 4 came out
Hmm.
originally, like 20 years ago, like I think that was like the beginning of the end of
It just feels like
QTEs.
set piece slop. That's what this entire 20-minute showing feels like. It's
Yep.
just set pieces and set pieces and set pieces and set pieces, and it's just not interesting to me.
Sony does not get how to do these presentations still. Um because they fall into the same because they fall literally into that trap. They're like, "Oh, we need big splashy things to catch people's attention." No, people just want to know what the fuck they're going to be playing in a couple months. Give them some good brief information and then give them the better stuff like later. I think that's kind of what Nintendo's been really good at doing lately with their Nintendo Directs. They
Yeah,
show the game, they don't go too overboard, and then they
they
will
fuck
basically
off.
give you well, they fuck off for the video, like that moment,
Yeah,
but then they'll give you like something small every week after that.
yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, here's another 30-minute trailer. Oh, here's some new information in the game about this gameplay. Oh, here's a new character that you haven't seen yet."
And like, I don't hate Lefray. Like, I think that's what they're calling this game. I don't hate the idea of this.
No, yeah,
I
it's not a
just
bad concept.
I just don't think the presentation's very good here with this 20-minute, like,
No, that's not
on.
how you do it.
It's not good.
No, that's not a good
This is
presentation
the
for it.
opening of the game, and like, if I had to sit through this again, which I would have to once I play the game, I don't want to, you know?
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, it really should have been like a tight 2-minute trailer. Here's what it is. Hey, we're putting out a gameplay trailer after this. Like these, the big thing with like the Nintendo Directs and the state of plays and whatever, I forgot what Microsoft calls theirs. Like,
Hmm.
but it really just needs to be a tight video that gets people's interest up, and then give them the stuff the other stuff that Sony wants to throw in this fucking video. The other 19 minutes of footage. Do that separate. Like, no, I'd say the same thing when Nintendo's like, "Oh, let's talk for 20 minutes about Mario Kart." No, I don't want to fucking watch 20 minutes of Mario Kart. I want to know what's cool about Mario Kart now, and then I'll look at the rest of the stuff that I care about later. Like, just give me what I want here. Yeah, I don't know. One of these days, maybe. But so that's always been Sony's thing. It's way too long. I always feel like I complain about the same thing. It's way too long. Not enough gameplay. Not enough release dates, or too far out. Um, yeah. I mean, there's some good stuff in here, though. I don't think this is a bad state of play.
I don't think it was a bad state of play either. I think it was okay. I think it was oversold. I really liked Control Resonance. I really liked Ill. I really liked Silent Hill. I liked Wolverine. Stuntman Hollywood's fucking awesome. Super excited to see the new Until Dawn 2 coming out. That's awesome. All that stuff is pretty fucking cool. Ace Combat even looked pretty neat. And
Yeah.
Onimusha getting a demo is excellent news. That's all great. All of that is great. It's just the things they chose as their tentpole title to finish it off is such a wet fart that it's like, okay, whatever. But I know for a fact there are 100% people clapping and cheering up a fucking storm for this because I feel like Sony has conditioned people to think that a movie is a video game. And that is how the last 20 minutes of this presentation felt like. It felt like a movie is a video game. And I don't like that. I don't like that direction at all.
Yeah, I mean, they really could have cut like 30 minutes out of this whole freaking presentation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I agree. There's definitely better ways to do this. And yeah, and you want a good mix. Like everything, because the other sometimes they go the other way too, where they just show trailers and they don't show gameplay. Like you gotta have a nice mix of both. But um I don't
Yeah.
know. They should show it to someone before they put it on the internet. Like it's like almost like stream of consciousness. Oh man, this scene's so cool. Let's just put this in.
Well, the thing is, if you look at the fanboys and the huge fans of Sony, this is what they want. And that's why I feel like actual Sony fanboys are the lowest common denominator of gamers ever because they don't like games. They like movies. And it's so annoying because this game could be so much more. It could be awesome, but it's trapped because that's what Sony has conditioned people to want, a movie and not a fucking video game. And it's so annoying because God of War 1 through 3 are fucking masterpieces. Even the games that were on PSP are fantastic. God of War 2018 isn't even that bad. I actually think it's pretty good. But I feel like Ragnarok got away from the general God of War formula and became much more heavily focused on story and dialogue and side characters. And this is going in a direction that's even more ridiculous, where we have a game called God of War where the main character isn't even the God of War, but also the main character throughout the entire other two games has been a plot device and has been dead for two games. What
Yeah.
the fuck are we doing? It feels so shoehorned in and weird to the point where they're gonna have to do a lot to convince me that Faye having her own game is a worthwhile thing. Does she look cool here? Absolutely. Does the combat look like it could actually be fun? Yeah, I guess. But there's too much here that feels more like a movie than an actual video game. And if
Mm-hmm.
this game is like 10 hours long, but 6 of it is the shit that I just witnessed, I don't want it. I don't want it, you
Yeah.
know?
Fair. Absolutely fair. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I mean, I can't say enough from this game that it's good or bad. As it doesn't look bad. It doesn't really strike me as something that's interesting to me.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
thing. I like video games. I don't go to a video game to watch a movie. Those are over there in the theaters. Maybe that's
yeah,
why they put this in the theater. Because, in the last 20 minutes, we're basically a fucking movie.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It sucks because I see like people that do like the cool combos in God of War Ragnarok, and I'm like, that's neat. That's cool. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Why isn't most of the game like that? Why isn't most of the game like that? It's annoying. And then I see the bit of fighting we have here in this game, and I'm like, that actually looks pretty good, especially the air combat. The air combat looked pretty fucking cool when they were doing the fights towards the end. But then it just flew into I've been thrown up against the rock. Oh no, QTAE event. Oh no, okay, cutscene is the rest of the gameplay. And I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, I want to play a game. Come
Yeah.
on. If I was playing any other game from a different company, that would have been a game.
Hmm.
Like, you know?
Yep. Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
man. I don't know, man. I feel like we lost the plot somewhere along the way, and Sony forgot how to make video games and just really, really wants to make money movies. And it's like, all
I
right,
know.
well,
You're right.
they're
You're right with your slip was the correct thing. They just want to make money. They're just not doing a very good job of it.
well, I was trying to say movies, but my slip can also go there as well.
Yeah.
It's
No, I know
just
you're trying to
so
say
it's
movies, but
so
yeah.
disappointing. Like if I'm playing a game that's by Kojima, like yeah, of course, I expect it to be more movie heavy. I expect it to be like that. That's kind of why I'm going to Kojima in the first place.
Uh-huh.
I didn't expect that from God of War,
Yeah.
you know?
Hmm. Fair. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll take the feedback. Who knows? When does God of War come out? I don't remember that one. Is it
It
this year?
doesn't have a release date.
Oh, so it's sometime next year, probably.
Probably PS6. Let's be honest.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this is yeah. I wouldn't get too worried about it. This game's probably going to be a bit different by the time we see it again.
I hope so. I hope that is the case. Because the thing is, let's compare the two for a second. Because we ended this with God of War, Le Fay. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And if I'm
Mm-hmm.
pronouncing it wrong, I don't care. Um, but we started this with Wolverine, and the Wolverine stuff that we saw had a lot of cinematic moments to it. But it still looked like a video game, you know? There was still a
Yeah.
lot of video game in that video game, not as much movie. And that's the kind of the difference here. I God of War felt more like Last of Us, whereas Wolverine felt like old God of War kind of. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. At least I think it's. I think they made a very compelling case for Wolverine over God of War. I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Wolverine looks great. I think that's probably one I'll end up playing.
Yeah, very reasonable.
That's it. That's it. That's the state of play for now. I mean, we got
That's
more
all the
stuff coming
states.
up. That's well, not all the states because we have Xbox coming up in a few days, and then we have Summer Games Fest coming up in a few days, and then we have Nintendo supposedly in a few
Yeah,
days.
somewhere in here in this mist. Um, yeah, I saw they did a Star Fox preview today, and I guess that was really good. People seem to be very optimistic on it from what I saw.
Oh, did you hear that people were not allowed to play the game well during the preview because it would show unlocks that they hadn't revealed yet?
No,
I
I did
heard
not
that
see that.
someone was like, "Yeah, so it was so mind-numbingly boring and difficult to get footage for the Star Fox preview event because I wasn't expecting them to tell me that I had to play bad because otherwise it would show content that they weren't ready to reveal." And it upset me. That's what someone said. That was a journalist that was there.
I mean, yeah, with something like this, I totally get it. This game, it's not like it's new. It's not like it is. There's like tons of secrets and stuff in here. Like it's like a known entity. Um, and honestly, it's stuff that they don't want to show. The game comes out in like 18 days. Like it's less than 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Just what is so secret about a remake of a 30-year-old game?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of I don't know, that shit always drove me crazy with GameStop when I worked at GameStop too. Not this in particular, but when they would do like re-releases of old games. They're like,
Mhm.
why is this game street dated and sitting in my back room for like a month? Like we've already played it before. Like no there are no surprises here. But yeah, no, I still do it.
All right, so there is another thing we do need to talk about, which I
Sure.
thought was interesting, and that was, oh goodness, I was like, oh yeah, Jet Set Radio leaked. Have you heard about that yet?
Mm, I have not.
So the new Jet Set Radio was put up online and then quickly DMCA'd. There's only a little bit of content from it, but essentially it showed the new logo and it showed the new version of our DJ that will be spinning the waves for the new Jet Set Radio. So supposedly that's going to be nestled in here somewhere at one of these events. So that's super exciting. And the other thing that was confirmed is yes, there is a new Crazy Taxi coming alongside it. That is still in the works.
Okay. I know you're probably excited for that too.
I'm very excited. I'm really excited for Sega to put out games again. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully they well they're already doing better than Sony, so that's good. Just right there.
True.
Mhm. What else?
I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I thought there was maybe one other thing. Let me just look at mine. Oh, the Nintendo Music thing. That
Oh yeah, that's right.
was
I did show you that. They put Nintendo Music on browsers now.
yeah, browsers and the one thing I wrote this in one of their things.
Hmm.
Um like one of their feedback surveys. But I was like, I want CarPlay. Like, give me CarPlay, and they did. I don't know. I doubt
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. Not that you couldn't use it with CarPlay before, but now you can have a like an app. Like before, I'd have to kind of fiddle around with my phone a bit to get it started, and then I could at least use my car controls to navigate around.
Mhm.
But if I wanted to change like categories or something, like there's no way to do that. So now I can just do it all through the dash, which is nice. Yeah, so I was really excited about that. I knew you would be excited about the browser version for it. So that's all really exciting. I love Nintendo. Like I love the music, so that's good there. And they put out Mario Kart World music today, some of it, not all of it, because it's like 1.5 billion tracks. But I think they put out like 100 tracks or something today for it. And they said that they're gonna just keep on adding some of them each week, kind of with updates. So yeah, so that's really cool. I'm very happy about Nintendo. That Donkey Kong 64 is coming out. If you hate yourself, you can play that on the
That's
NSO.
true.
I know some people do like that game. I hate it, but it is there. But that also means we're probably one release closer to Smash Brothers for the 64, because that was all part of a leak. I don't know, like a year ago or something, where that all
Mhm.
came out. So we're probably looking forward to that. But I think that's it. I don't think I had any other news beyond that.
I guess this came from the
State of play.
this came from the state of play afterwards. Phantom Blade Zero, which I mentioned, is delayed 6 weeks to October 29th.
Okay.
The next state of play will be for Phantom Blade Zero, and it will be during the summer, and it'll be about 20 minutes of new gameplay. So that's a thing.
Okay. That's what I look forward to. All right. What else?
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. Ready to wrap up?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well then, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Game-crunch.com has all of our old episodes. GameCrunchcast@gmail.com. You can email us if you want to send us something. Brandon,
Yes?
any final thoughts?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. Well then. My name is Mike Anastasia. Find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin there or on your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Little toys on the shelf, they shine. Collector's dreams in plastic so fine. Tap them once, the magic's here. Amiibo, bring them near. Mario jumps and Link's got gear. Animal Crossing friends appear. Each one brings a story bright. Amiibo, light the night. Tap the figure, watch them go. In my game they steal the show. Every world from here they grow. Amiibo, magic starts to flow. Deep in dungeon or racing fast, these little toys, they're made to last. Memories from days of old. Amiibo, stories told. Touch the base, the game's alive. Each moment big, they arrive. Sky and sea and land we see. Amiibo, set them free. Tap the figure, watch them go. In my game they steal the show. Every world from here they grow. Amiibo, magic starts to flow. Deep in dungeon, the ghosts and go. In my game they steal the show. Every world from here they grow. Amiibo, magic starts the flow.
Did I show you that I ordered that RG rotate? I ordered it.
I think you said you ordered it in the thing. That's kind of cool looking. I never heard of that thing either.
It's sick. Did I show the video in the thing?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I know I saw something of it in the thing. Because
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, when do you get it? Yeah, there's a video.
That's a great question. That's a great question. Let me see what my tracking currently says. Because here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to order it on AliExpress.
Okay.
AliExpress is China. So my question is, when will it arrive? I currently have shipping information which says that it is arrived at the international airport after leaving China. So it's here in America now. I don't know when I'll get it.
Yeah, I feel like that's always when my shit sits around the longest for international stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got to go through customs. They got to figure out if they need to look into it or not.
Yeah.
So it's probably sit there for a few days, and then it'll get through.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too long, I would think.
It says it should be here, but by the 12th. That's what it says.
Okay, so another 2 weeks at
Mhm.
most. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, no, I agree.